Salutations, citizens. It is a Wednesday morning. It looks evil outside. The wind last night was insane. I think technically what they said we were under was a fire watch, which is, we've never been under one of those before. I think the wind's so heavy that they're afraid that embers are going to scatter and stuff like that from wherever, some California type ish. But anyways, it looks pretty evil out there if y'all can see out that window. The winds are going nuts, man. I mean, it sounded evil outside last night. Woke me up a few times. But anyways, Wednesday means leg day. So we are gonna go hit some legs. I'm starting to get drained, boy. Super freaking drained. We weighed out at 230, roughly 230 flat this morning. At 230, and then I used the bathroom. So 230.4, and then I used the bathroom rather. So roughly down a good chunk of change, especially since I mean, down 7 pounds since last week and that refeed day, but obviously a lot of water weight, which happens every time I refeed. So nothing to be too crazy about, but I can feel it, I'll tell you that. I am tired. So that being said, I don't know how much strength exercise is going to be getting in, you know what I mean? So the idea, I think, is what we're going to do. I want to get some unilateral work because I haven't talked much about it on the vlogs. I've done some content on it, but there's something, especially if you're wanting to work on athleticism, you need to work on something called your bilateral deficit. So your bilateral deficit, it's essentially whenever you use both sides of your body at the same time, like when you're doing a bench press or a squat or a deadlift or whatever, compound movement, you typically aren't able to put out as much power. You don't have to use as much strength because you're able to use both sides and they're able to stabilize each other. And so you need to add in what's called unilateral movements. So unilateral, it's very simple, guys. It just means just training one side of your body at a time. So we're going to be doing lunges today. But I think people don't, this is not something you're going to know if you're a novice, right? Like if you've just been in this, like maybe I didn't even know this for the first like 5 years of me training. I just kind of did this anyways because it kind of makes sense. I mean, like, think about it, guys. If you're trying to even your body out anyways, including if you're bodybuilding, you need to train one side of your body at a time to even shit out, right? And that would make sense muscle-wise, but that's it's even more true strength-wise. Because think about it, guys. When you're using both your legs to squat, they're able to push against each other. Your body, I think they call it your lower cross and your upper cross. And that has to do with how your body kind of pushes against each other in this kind of X formation. So for your lower cross is literally your butt cheeks. Then your upper cross would be your shoulder blades. And it's just this, like, it's pushing against each other that's helping stabilize. And because of that stabilization, you don't have to use as much strength. And so you got to make sure you're throwing that in every once in a while, especially for your strength. So we will be doing lunges today. I haven't done lunges in a good fat minute, so these are going to be, not to mention I am just fucking drained, y'all. Y'all should have seen, if y'all watched the live stream last night, Tuesday night rather, because this will come out on Thursday. I get loopy, man. Those live streams, I do them late at night too when I'm really tired, before I've had like my carby or dinner. So my carbs, I typically carb backload. So not every day, because sometimes I have to record content for you guys. I don't really have, like, if I'm making a meal for you guys and it's has some carbs in it. Because when I carb backload, I keep my carbs like less than 30 grams until the end of the day. And I don't do that. I do that intentionally. I'm not counting carbs or anything. I'm just trying to make sure I'm not like hitting a sleepy time from the carbs. I think we talked about that. The other day. But anyways, I'm starting to get loopy now. Like this dark weather is making me just kind of sleepy. So we're gonna see what we can get done, y'all. We are gonna see what we can get done. As far as the rest of the workout, I really have no thing in my head right now. I'm kind of tired of leg extensions for a little bit, or at least maybe this workout, because we hit them every time. Because it's just easy to go to quad exercise, but I don't know, maybe we'll do some front squats today, as much as I don't really want to, like doing some lightweight front squats. One, I think I'll have the energy for a little bit more. Like if I'm talking like 95 pounds, maybe 135 if we're gonna try. But I'm telling y'all, man, I'm feeling pretty dead. That being said, pre-workout hasn't kicked in yet either, so let's give that some time. But yeah, we'll get those in. That'll hit the quads. I'm still feeling pretty good with doing some kind of hamstring curl variation, because I honestly have been kind of limiting that. Might hit some glutes, focus in on some glutes and calves today too. I like that. I like what we're talking about right now. And that would be pretty rounded out, man. I mean, there's some, I want to honestly get in something called God, I can't remember the name of the squat. It's such a weird, like, Russian name. It's kind of like a split squat. I think it starts with a K. I haven't done them in a long time. I want to get more into some more mobility, like, weird exercises. That's the only way I can really describe it. They're weird looking. There's stuff you're not going to see most people doing in a gym. But there's certain kind of exercises out there, guys, that are so good for your athleticism that I want to make sure we're getting it in. Oh yeah, what are we going to hit for core? I know what we're going to hit for core. You guys know what we're going to hit for core. Holy shit, that's a huge pigeon. Reverse hypers. So, anyways, I'm a little late anyways. My phone didn't charge middle of the night. I had to switch chargers. And so I'm out of battery almost. So, I say that not only out of battery, we're a little bit later than usual. Been getting in here late, man. I say later. It's like 30 minutes later than usual. So, it'll be all right, but we need to get inside and get after it. All right, we're going to go probably just 5 sets with this thing, including the warm-up, which is this. I'm telling y'all, I can just feel it. I'm burnt out. After these, we'll go ahead and get in some front squats. So we'll stay right here. Probably switch up the angle a little bit. But I think the main objective right now is just to get 5 sets of like 5 on each leg. So let's see how it rocks and rolls. All right, let's see how it's feeling. And we are alternating, by the way. Yeah, we definitely got to warm that up. Widen my grip out. All right. One more. Yeah, it's the hips. But it does feel like they'll warm up, so let's add on some 25s. Finally starting to get a little bit of a beta alanine tingle, so let's enjoy it while it lasts. Oh yeah. Probably should have rested a little bit longer. Like I said, it's not just too heavy, it's just I feel sore. All right, let's go. That was bad placement. See that? That's not fun. Two more. Okay. All right. Yeah, I definitely feel like I can still do more. Just, it's the balance. It's been a minute since I've done these. I'm thinking another 25, so let's do that and then give a 3-minute break. If this ends up feeling a little too heavy, I might just do 5, one leg at a time, and then switch. We'll see what happens, but I feel pretty confident with this. I think what we're gonna end up doing though, because I'm, like I said, y'all, I'm feeling it. This is gonna be the time that I need to start incorporating stuff like circuits and of that variation. What we're gonna be doing is cardio acceleration. If you watch my content on any other platform, I talk about this a ridiculous amount because it's super freaking effective, especially when you're in a calorie deficit like steep like I am right now. Because once you get done with this weight training, like this heavier weight training, you just do not have the energy to keep it heavy. So what this allows you to do is to shock that muscle without using too much heavy weight. You know, you still will feel, I mean, you will feel it, man. So I think we might do front squats at a very lightweight, like literally 95 pounds like I was talking about, and superset those, there's cardio acceleration those with weighted squat jumps, which you're really not supposed to do in weighted. Like when we're talking about cardio acceleration, I might not do weighted squat jumps for that one. I don't know, maybe we'll do a superset for this one because I do want to get weighted squat jumps in, and then we'll get into the cardio acceleration after this. Cardio acceleration, the difference between that and supersets is that the second exercise is supposed to be like more cardio driven, not really have any weight to it. And you're really supposed to go for like 30 to 45 seconds. So we'll see, but let me get a sip of this and we'll go. Oh, see how these babies are feeling. I just got to really concentrate. I have to, if I look at the same spot on the ground, I'm fine. It's when I look up, I have issues. Okay, one at a time. Ooh, yeah. Holy sheesh. I got that though. I know I got that. No, we do not. I got 3 though. Let's try the other leg out. Hold on. I do want to give it a short little break. I have the overall strength. I just don't have the energy or the balance right now. We really got to start throwing these in more. It's been a minute. I think next time we'll do maybe step ups, or at least throw those in. Maybe we'll get those in today. I don't know. All right. Now I got to do the left side. 3 on the left side. This is the side I thought was going to give me issues. Easier on that side, honestly. Okay. We still got one more set of these, so drop the weight. Get 5 on each side on this last one. My last set made me a little bit nervous for this leg. That scared me a little bit. Because I don't know if y'all saw it. My knee turned out. Which, it's just, you know, you gotta be careful. It's not worth pushing the weight until you hurt yourself. It's not. And again, I feel like the strength's there. It's just that energy is cooking me alive. It is just absolutely. But like I said, we're gonna burn them out. That's how we go about this. Because this is something to be expected when you're cutting. You're not gonna lift like you usually do when you're in a maintenance or bulking. But that being said, we didn't come here to not work hard. So we haven't done cardio acceleration like this in a while. There's supersets like this in a while. So just prepare. I need to prepare. It's just gonna suck. It's gonna suck. All right, 5 on each leg, 50 pounds less, should be a lot easier. I think we are gonna alternate on this one. Start with the strong leg, or the weak leg. This one's wanting to give out on me, man. Come on. Hey! No! God, it would suck to get stuck down there, wouldn't it? Whew. Oh man, I feel like I just want to take a nap. All right, well, I'm gonna change the angle up, take a breather for about 2-3 minutes, and then we'll get the superset going. All right, so the game plan with this one, 10 front squats, 15 hug squat jumps. So that's basically a weighted squat jump. And here in a minute, I'm probably going to do some hamstring curls and superset that with some jump rope. And we'll count this and the jump rope as part of the calf work for the day. Just because we've been doing a lot of weighted calves, so I'm not too worried about that. And it's still technically weighted. That's actually more functional for me anyways. So gotta make sure I'm getting that plyo in. Let's see how these wrists are gonna act up, because I have a feeling that one of the main reasons I want to do this exercise is I know my wrists are gonna act terrible on me. All right, that forward. It's not too bad. I don't feel good. Ow. That's more of a wrist issue than anything. All right, 15. Just hug it, squeeze. You don't have to go very high. It's just to make sure that you land controlled. Oh God. Oh, that sucks. That's just about gonna empty the tank. That it's this is not nothing. But when I moved to that, by the time I hit 5 or 6 on that, I was starting to feel it pretty bad. So doing 2 more of those is definitely gonna fuck me up. That's why we're here. Never forget, the reason you're here is not to have a lottie-dottie fucking time. You're here to fucking hurt yourself. And quite literally, that's what you're doing here. People forget that. And I go, oh man, I don't feel motivated to go to the gym. I don't want to do this. I don't like this exercise. It doesn't feel good. It's not, none of this is not supposed to just feel great. It can sometimes when you're done. I hate people. I hate when, I used to do that too. I don't need to blame people, but it's a bad excuse. Like, no shit, Sherlock. It's not fun. Until after. Hindsight, it's 50-50. Good Lord. Sweet baby Jesus, help me. Woo. Come on, get your belts. Yikes. Starting to get sweaty. Whee! Just wait till that cardio acceleration, man. But after that cardio acceleration, the hamstring curls and the jump rope, I think we are going to go ahead and go to reverse hypers, honestly. I don't know. I might save that for my next leg day because we've already done it for you guys. I kind of want to save the stuff we do with you guys for newer stuff. So what's going to hit a lot of that same area? Well, honestly, to keep the theme of cardio acceleration, we'll do a core cardio acceleration superset that has a little bit of leg drive. So something that hits a little bit similar to reverse hypers is going to be kettlebell swings. So we're going to do decently heavy kettlebell swings for sets of 10. And then we're probably going to do mountain climbers for 10 on each side at a slow pace. And then we'll hop up and do the kettlebell swings again. So do that for 3 rounds and I'll be cooked. And then of course I'm going to be going and do my second workout today too, doing a little bit of core work there. So I'm not too concerned. Again, you guys know how it is, but we do definitely, yeah, I have to make sure like at least once a week I'm hitting those reverse hypers. It's a must for me, especially because I think we're either going to be doing power cleans or deadlifts the next vlog. I'm leaning more towards power cleans. God. I think I'm gonna have me a high protein pizza when I get home. Little recipe I'm making for y'all. Let's get up here. This floor is uneven. Okay. God. All right. Let's go get these hamstring curls in. Well, I don't know what happened to the good jump rope, but this will do. I think that's gonna be definitely too heavy for this cardio acceleration. When you're doing cardio acceleration, do not go, I'm telling you, do like medium weight. Like a solid 6 out of 10 as far as intensity goes. You're gonna get stuck having to drop the weight halfway through, because remember, you don't get a break with this shit. So I think we're gonna go 10 here, and then maybe, I guess we'll do 100 on the jump rope. We'll see. This jump rope specifically gives me some issues sometimes, but see how this is feeling. Hamstrings are more sore than anything from last time. That's all, still gonna be too heavy. We'll go. Actually, I say that it feels great right now as far as a solid squeeze, but this is the part where it's going to start sucking really bad. Oh good, I should have untangled this. You typically want absolutely zero break in between this, but someone tangled the shit out of this. There we go. Hopefully y'all can see me. If you can't, you know what I'm doing. 10, 20. Every time I mess up like that too, if I don't hit like a 10th mark, I start over to the last 10th mark. So last one I said was 20, we're starting at 20. 30. 40. 50. 60. 70. 80. 90. 100. 100 jump rope, back on it. Oh, God. No break. You go right into it. That is your break. This is actually a really good weight. that's actually gonna be a perfect way. You should see now, especially after this, the sweat should start coming out pretty easily. Didn't even get 10 in there. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be a problem. 10, 20, 30, 40. Oh, woo! 50. Damn it. Starting over at 50. 60. 70. 80. 90. 100. Whew. Last one. You can imagine too, if you have a whole workout based around cardio acceleration, just how fast that workout can go. It's pretty quick, man. It takes like 30 minutes to get an absolutely crazy workout in. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Last set of jump ropes, and you do finish off with the cardio. You don't just skip. It's part of it. Because I used to do that. Come on. $20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Ooh, okay. Okay. Blech. We got to do core. So let's go do core. All right. This one's going to be pretty quick. I meant to mention this. We're not going to do bag work today, just because I'm supposed to be doing shadow boxing in the sauna later. And I am going to record that for you guys it'll be on Instagram and TikTok. It won't be on here, so just expect that there won't be any like bag work clips after this. But that being said, and nothing. I don't know where I was going with that, other than the fact that we're not going to be hitting the bag. I know that I'm going to be very frustrated with it, because when you're hitting that bag, you want to have a little bit of energy to actually smack that thing. It's just going to feel like you ever been in a dream and you were in a fight and it just felt like you were moving in slow-mo? That's how it feels. And it's just not, it's frustrating. So anyways, we're still going to hit like 10 minutes on the elliptical, and then 50 minutes of stretching, go home, eat. Pretty simple. Well, we'll do a pose out after this. That's what I was going to say. All right, 10 of these, 10 mountain climbers, 3 sets, no break. Side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, this is gonna suck. This is gonna suck. That's basically like a burpee.
slow it down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh shit. Oh shit. This is also attacking those hip flexors too. Whew, which is part of your leg. So I can feel those legs starting to give out on me. See this little pool of sweat starting to collect. Whew. It's mine, you can't have it. 3, 4. Okay. We're done. We're done. I'm done. Okay. Let's go get a pose out. So after further analysis of that last video, I was looking pretty damn pale, wasn't I? Couldn't even see. There was a point where we were flexing, and it just looked like I was gleaming. It was blinding. But anyways, let's see what's going on. Ew. Ew, everything's wet and sweaty. See what I mean? Like, this is where I hold a lot of fat. It's on my legs. It's like here and here, little bit on my back, really not much. Like I said, here is not as much. Like, it holds so little right here that you can actually see a little bit of my abs from right there. But again, as you can tell, this is still here. We're still, I don't know, man. We still might got a little glycogen in there. You see how like this looks like it's just getting blubbery though? That's what I mean. Like when we're filled up, ew, bead of sweat wet in my ear. When we're filled up on carbs, this doesn't look as flabby, you know what I mean? It actually looks, I mean, there's still flab there, don't get me wrong. That's why we started this cut in the first place. But not nearly as much because there's usually glycogen in here, like toning this up and filling this out and pushing that fat away a little bit more. So that's what I mean. You're gonna see more of that, especially with these lats. I think these are gonna start looking really flat. Yeah, those are already, because I can feel it. It feels like there's nothing in there. Look at that. And these are like some of my strongest muscles. I mean, you guys saw me doing those pull-ups, but look how deflated that is. That's crazy, honestly. This one feels a little thicker. Chest still feels pretty fine. My biceps still feel pretty tight. So I don't know. We'll see what happens, but I mean, they're getting more and more cut. But like I said, I want to see the striations like going through this shit. And honestly, I honestly think I know this because this is what happened before. Like even when I got down to my lowest, my abs were way more visible than like striations on my legs and stuff. So this little bit will be one of the last to go for sure. Even, I think this will go first. I'm not kidding. Because that's what happened before. Because even when I was at like 7%, and we're talking 7% for an in-body test. This isn't like a DEXA scan or anything. So more like probably 10% in reality. Again, it's just depending on what kind of body fat percentage test you're basing this off of. Sub 10%. When I was sub 10%, I still had this kind of going on, you know, so we're gonna go a little bit lower than that. Oof, yeah, the energy levels are gone. Let's go burn up a little bit more. So we're gonna do some 10 minutes of cardio, stretch, and then I think when we do that shadow boxing, it's basically gonna be a video teaching you guys how to shadow box. And I'm gonna do it in a sauna because it looks cooler in there. And it's just gonna be good shadow boxing work. But that's gonna wear me the hell out, I already know. So since we're doing that, that's why we're not doing the back work today. But anyways, let's go get this done and go home so I can eat.
right, man, I was shaking. I was trying to hit the record button. My hand was shaking. It took me a second. Anyways, we're done. Yeah, we're going to be using a lot more of that cardio acceleration. God, my hand feels like it's cramping up. A lot more of that cardio acceleration over the course of the next, until we refeed, which I don't know exactly when that's going to be. I think the idea is to do it next week. But we're really just going to see how long I can mentally withstand, you know. The habit I've formed is about once a week I refeed. And breaking that habit's what's going to be hard. The habitual nature of like refeeding when I feel that cut. But I just try and like reframe where my mindset's at. Like, this is actually kind of similar to how I felt when I was doing that 24-hour race a couple months ago. So I just got to keep that in my head. Like, what am I going to do? Like, stop now while I'm already this far? You know what I mean? Because if I refeed, then I have to go back through. And again, it's not like that refeed wouldn't like keep me going in the right direction. It's just not as fast. You know what I mean? So that's what I would be sacrificing by doing that. But we're going to try and push it at least. I really would like to try and make it till next Thursday. That's the idea. I'm feeling sleepy boy. It looks so scary outside. I don't know if y'all can even hear that wind, but it is just tearing through this town right now. I don't know, man. It's making me want to go to sleep. Stop it. Get these out of here. Y'all can even see that. Those are cans. I've got to clean my car. It's got energy drink cans everywhere. But anyways, that was a good workout. I do have to say, like, that cardio acceleration is almost a guaranteed way to leave the gym being like, woo, feel like I put something in, you know? So that's why I recommend them so much. Regardless of what you're trying to do, you know, even if you're bulking, it's a good burnout. You know what I mean? So I don't know why you wouldn't even want to do it then, but I don't like doing it when I'm strength training, when I like, especially at the cut. Like if I'm doing my cut, I like to hold off on cardio acceleration the first like 3 or 4 days, mainly because I know that at some point in the next couple days, I'm going to lose that glycogen, and I want to take advantage while I can. But after that point, I start really ramping up that cardio acceleration because it's all the energy I've got to do, you know? Not to mention we got another workout we got to get to later today, but that's normal. It's really not a big deal. It honestly is just a matter of making myself do it. You know what I mean? So I think what I'm going to do is I might actually take a nap today, and give myself that leeway, because today is like my finance day. So it's not like I have calls and stuff. I've actually got a lot of calls later in the day, but not until, I think 5:30 is my first one. So I should have time to go ahead and get maybe a nap in before this next little workout. But I still got to do some work when I get home. So that's the thing, is I've got to try and squeeze that in. But I think it's definitely going to do me some good. And by napping, guys, I don't mean sleeping for an hour. Okay, like a nap should be 30 minutes and that's it, right? Because the thing about a nap, I think people think you're going to sleep. You're not going to sleep. Like, you're napping. That's the reason there's a difference, right? Going to sleep means you're going into like a REM cycle, or you're going into a deep sleep. And if you wake up from one of those in the middle of the day, because there are people out there who will be like, oh, I can't nap, it makes me feel worse. Like, no, you're trying to go to sleep. That's why you feel worse. Guys, there's studies on this. It literally, I believe it should increase your lifespan by a few years by regularly napping, because we're designed to do that. It's just this day and age, people look down on it because they think you're lazy for doing so. But listen, dude, fuck what people think. Y'all gotta, if that's not through y'all's head through my content yet, you gotta start. That's the first step, buddy. You gotta literally say, fuck what people think. I do not give a fuck what others think. I give a fuck whether or not I'm going in the direction I want to go in. And people will rock with that kind of honesty, guys. You'd be surprised. More people find that because it's authentic to be that way. And if you're being authentic, that's so much, it's such a breath of fresh air to people, compared to all the fake, you know, people just being fake and being nice because they don't want to deal with problems. You know what I mean? But I digress. I'm starting to get ranty. I'm going to get moody over the next few days. I know I am. I'm on my man period. And by man period, I mean I'm on my cut. And we're going to stick to it. We're going to stay on this man period. All right, dude, I'm starting to get crazy. I'm going to end the vlog. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.